What DLC characters are most likely to be in Tekken 8? Judging by this photo, I'm going to assume that for the whole of Tekken 8's lifespan, we are going to be getting at least 4 paid for DLC characters per season or per year, which is great. But where is the fun in looking at an image like this and thinking to yourself, oh yeah, there's 3 question marks, guess I'll never know who those guys are. Are you a fucking bot? Seeing as nobody in my community has come forth and said that they have X-ray vision and can see behind those question marks, it's down to us to investigate. Okay, let's get into this. First, like, subscribe, comment, please, pretty please. Alright, thanks, let's get into it. I looked through a list of every Tekken character ever to pick who I think will be a DLC character at some point in this game. Now firstly, there is one character that is guaranteed to be DLC. Guaranteed! And that is Armor King. In fact, I would be surprised if he wasn't the very next character that we get after Eddie. I'm actually surprised that he wasn't a part of the base roster. But I guess Harada figured out that Armor King is just a ridiculous cash cow. I'd be really interested to see how he's going to be implemented into the heat system as well. I hope it's something like King, because if you didn't know, Armor King was my secondary main in Tekken 7. Secondly is Marduk. And unfortunately, for the same reason as Armor King. Based on how crap this character was in Tekken 7, if Marduk was added into this game with heat, he's going to be ridiculous. And that turns Marduk into a potential cash cow. I really don't know how they're going to be able to reasonably balance Marduk in this game, if they're even aiming to do that in the first place. What's more than likely to happen is on release Marduk is going to be ridiculously broken so people buy him, and then they nerf him over time, but oh well. I personally hope that we don't get this character at all because he's cringe, but I'm also realistic, so we probably are. The next character that is guaranteed is Lydia. I don't see a reason as to why they would waste a design like Lydia's. That might be cope, but I cannot see a reason why they would spend as much effort as they clearly did spend on Lydia just to leave her in Tekken 8. I don't see it. That sounds ridiculous to me. She was also very popular amongst competitive players and like fairly popular amongst everyone else. Well, that was until she got nerfed, but you get my point. They will add Lydia back. Trust me. Next, this game will 100% guaranteed have some type of Muay Thai fighter. It just has to. It's kind of the way Tekken has always been. There's no Muay Thai representation in the base roster, so DLC will have to fix that. That means that either Bruce, Falcon Rom or Josie will be back in the fold. I personally love Bruce and I love Josie. Josie was the first real character that I got good with in Tekken, and she was my main in Tekken 7. I love that character despite the crybaby BS, and Bruce is just cold as fuck, right? Falcon Rom to me is just cringe. I never really liked his design, I never really liked his playstyle. It's just all super noobish and boring to me. The only satisfying thing about playing Falk was doing that one kick where he could like bounce you off the wall. That was fun, but that's where the fun stopped for me. Personally, I think Harada is done with Bruce. We haven't seen him since like Tekken 6, but that's also just a hunch. If I were to say who would be more likely to come back between him and Josie, it'd probably be like 70-30 to Josie in my opinion. But unfortunately, the more likely thing to happen is Falk is going to show up first. Although, please keep in mind that Tekken 7 is probably going to be alive for like the next 10 years if Tekken 7 is anything to go by. So we could potentially just get all of these characters at some point. Now I'm going to talk about some characters who I would like to see, or I think at some point we'll get but not completely guaranteed like other characters. Bob or potentially even Slim Bob. I think Bob will definitely come back at some point. I don't really know how popular he was, but I do know that Bob has some kind of weird cult following. Also, he's been here since Tekken 6, so the devs must like him. I don't really have much reasoning behind this one, but I just feel like Bob will show up at some point. I've been hearing a lot of talks lately about Mokujin turning up in this game as well, and let me just explain this, right? Harada says that at some point he wants to give us all free DLC, right? And I am actually of the belief that this will happen. However, it's not going to be actual characters, if you get what I mean. The free DLC will more than likely give us all of the stupid, goofy characters that casuals love, like Mokujin, Roger Jr., that one crackhead scientist who made Alisa, you know, those kind of weirdos. Maybe even that one chick from Tekken 4 that was just a Ling copy, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I think that Kazumi is probably coming back. This to me would also be a wasted design. I really like Kazumi's playstyle as well. It was very simple yet strong and effective. I think they would have to slightly rework her for this game though, because she is very much a no bullshit Tekken 7 character, but it would be great if she was added back. Anna is another character that I'm pretty certain will come back. She's very popular and is basically always in Tekken games, so I don't see that changing. Now, hot take. I think that this game will bring Wang back. And I'm not able to give you a reasonable explanation as to why I think this would happen. People said that Leroy was Wang's replacement. Well, Leroy sucks, bro, and is making them no money. So why the fuck do I care about Leroy? Wang is coming, just watch. Now I think I'm going to try and speedrun some of these, not gonna lie, or this video will end in 2073. Noctis has been reincarnated as Victor, so no, Negan potentially could come back, but I don't know how the rights of Negan work or whatever. Geese is not a Tekken character. Lucky Chloe. Alright, we have to converse here. I think that Lucky Chloe will come back, but with a reworked moveset and design. Lucky Chloe to me was actually a kind of cool idea. Like the whole rhythm idea, it was cool to an extent. I also don't hate her moveset as much as everyone else did, however, it felt like she was a victim of a whack budget that Tekken 7 had off rip, where they couldn't really make super in-depth characters. Other examples of this are like Katarina, Gigas, etc. But yeah, I can definitely see Lucky Chloe coming back. Master Raven. We have Raven, so I'm not seeing the vision. Katarina. I think Katarina is done. She was unpopular, everyone called her a noob character, trash design. I think it's okay if we just leave Katarina in the dirt, bro. I don't really think anyone who didn't jizz on their screens while playing her will care too much. Eliza. I'm on the fence about Eliza. She was super unpopular in like every Tekken she's ever been in. But at the same time, I think she would fit into this game flawlessly, as she already had meter to begin with, and now everyone has meter. But yeah, possibly she could return, but to me, it's very 50-50. Sebastian, nah, Sebastian's cooked, bro, he's done. Azazel, was this even a playable character? Miguel, how the fuck did I forget Miguel? Miguel is 100% coming back. This is another character they recognize as a potential cash cow, I'm telling you. He's definitely returning. Jinpachi got packed up, so he's never coming back. I'm sorry Jinpachi fans, but it just ain't happening. I already talked about the Ling clone returning with the goofy characters. Her name is Miharu Hirano. Ooh, Hirano, we do not care. I think Christy is done, bro, and I ain't even complaining either. Unknown. Wow. Now this is a character that I never thought would ever be able to come back. But June is in this game, and isn't she supposed to be like June or whatever? Okay, that's actually cool as fuck. I hope she's nothing like June in this game though, because that would become very uncool, very quick and very fast. Unknown even being a possibility in this game is cool as fuck though. Ogre and True Ogre or whatever, I was actually expecting them to be in this game, not gonna lie, but they're not. So I doubt that they ever will be. I don't think that these guys will ever be in a game where they're not already in the base roster personally, just because they're so story focused, but that's just me. The other law, Force Law or something, yeah, he's packed up, we're never seeing him ever again. Tiger Jackson, I don't even know who the fuck this is, bro, so no. Julia will probably come back. She was strong in Tekken 7, so I'm sure that a lot of people will want to see her at some point. I don't know, moving on. Bayek, I think that's how you say it, Horang's teacher or whatever. He could probably come back, but I doubt it heavily. I'm like 90% sure that he won't show up. Michelle. Now Michelle got removed for cultural appropriation reasons, which sucks, and probably means that we won't ever see her in a Tekken game again, but I would have liked to see her. But hey, 2024, bro. Oh, Kunamitsu. Yeah, she's coming back. There's too many horny guys who need to coom. Just simple as that, bro. Gonryu was done, bro. They tried to bring him back in Tekken 7 and he made them a pair of socks and a half-eaten apple. So yeah, he's not coming back. Lei also isn't coming back for similar reasons. You all complained that Lei wasn't in the game, and then 1, you didn't buy him, and 2, complained about him the whole time. So yeah, Angel was done. So done. We have Reina, we ain't ever seen her again. Not that I'm complaining, she was whack as fuck. And that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment on who you think will return as Tekken 8 DLC and why. And until next time, petition to get Kuni removed from Tekken permanently so I don't ever have to look at this face ever again.